All right, we're going live. Copy link. All right, we here. Let me see if I get my charger. Because my phone is like at 18%. We don't want that. Hold on, anybody that's there. This cord is not long enough. If it failed. All right, let's see if this works. We got 15 people on live. All right, let's go. Hold on now. Hold on. Hold it. Everybody's doing well out there. See, y'all didn't lose me. Hold on here. We're charging. We're good to go. Or oh, rocket. All right. Post game live stream. Want to try and do this? Oh man. Let's see here. Hello. All right. So post game. I'm sitting here at home. I was gifted a box of football, basketball, and baseball cards. Shout out to my man Paul Washington, Warrior Legend. Appreciate it. Gave me some stuff. A lot of stuff I don't really collect. But, you know, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. I've seen worse. I've gotten worse. So, hey, baby. It's my girlie here. Probably can't see her. Say hi. So, yes. Warren Central opens the season with another defeat. Hello, everyone that's joining. Hello. Warren opens the season with another defeat to Center Grove. I want to say to see how many times in a row have we lost to Center Grove. It was a 2019 regional championship. 2020, we lost to them twice, both two shutouts. 2021, we lost to them twice. 2022, we lost to them twice. 23, we were shut out in the regional championship. 24, we lost to them in the regional championship. And tonight makes our 10th consecutive loss to Center Grove. Yeah, that sucks. I don't really have much more to say than that. That's just that sucks. That sucks because the guys that have lost those games to Center Grove generally aren't losers, really. I would say it's just God. I hate that for them. I really hate that for those guys. Today was a game where we were trying to find ourselves. New head coach, new offense. Defensively, we played really well, I felt, in the first half. Um, their first possession, Center Grove had uh, they drove down, got into field goal range. We ended up holding to a field goal. Then we had two consecutive stops on back-to-back drives there. Um, but we just weren't able to get anything out of it. Center Grove would eventually have a long, sustained drive that they ended with a touchdown. And really, from that point on, we were just, trying to fight and scramble and get what we could. And it wasn't very, it wasn't very good for us, basically. Um, we weren't able to get some things going offensively. Keon Thomas was tremendous tonight. Very, the very promising future for this team with Keon Thomas running the ball. Um, Quarterback Anthony Dennison started, but I think on the first possession, I want to say his first two or three. I think we went three straight passing plays on our first possession, all of them incompletes. Two of them being balls that were batted down at the line of scrimmage. Um, then quarterback Joe Goss, who is a transfer from Ben Davis, a very interesting thing. I can't believe Ben Davis to Warren pipeline transfer. Wouldn't have guessed that. But he's with us now, and he was in there, had some struggles himself the first couple of drives. But towards the end of the first half, when we're down 10-0, we were able to get our first really good drive. He's able to get us to field goal range, and unfortunately, my man Jermaine Ellery, who I just awarded the Special Teams Player of the Year from last year, misses a field goal. And so we go into halftime down 10-0. Center Grove comes out, gets the ball first out of halftime. They drive down and score, and yeah, it just wasn't good for us. So now we're at 17-0, middle of the third quarter. We're really towards the end of the third quarter. We finally get a good drive going, and we score. We get a touchdown. Keon Thomas rushing touchdown, and then defense gets another stop. What happened after that? Defense gets another stop, and then offense gets the ball back, and they have some good plays going their way, and then it's the dreaded red zone, end zone turnover. Interception, end zone thrown by quarterback Anthony Dennison. And they were never able to mount anything else. Center Grove tacked on another score, and that was all she wrote. That was all she wrote. And it was um, it feels like this was a much easier game for Center Grove to win, and a much more difficult game for us than needed be for us to compete. Like, Center Grove is a team that has a lot of talent, and they use some of that. They use a lot of their talent, but compared to Center Grove teams that we've faced in the past, this is not like their three-time state-winning champion football team that they had at one point, or their, you know, I don't think they did not look to me like they were as good as the team we faced last year in the regional. But at the same time, this is still week 1. This isn't week 12, week 13. So what we are seeing from Center Grove is not the finished product, just like we aren't the finished product. So rough around the edges that we are, but we can still progress and do some good things. Promising things, like I said, we have Keon Thomas. We also were without Caleb Elkins, star safety, and of course J.J. Finch was out with a foot injury. So our two best players right there. Yeah, you take the two best players off the field, and it's just night and day. And teams know, and especially Coach Moore led Center Grove team knows that those guys have been together for years and years and years. They've won everything they can win against some amazing teams over the years. They know how to coach. They know how to get their guys ready. And once that they saw, hey, number 40 and number 11 aren't on the field, or Caleb's going to be number 0. Those two guys aren't on the field. So, yeah, basically what we need to do is do everything that we weren't going to do because those two were on the field. Since they aren't on the field, we're going to do everything that we really want to do, and they were able to execute and get a lot of things done. It wasn't a dominant smash mouth football game, or a game where Center Grove just kills us and eats up a bunch of yardage. It was just a game where our mistakes really led to them having great possessions, great drives, great field starting positions. I mean, we forced another punt from Center Grove, and we fumbled the punt. They recover, and they end up with another final touchdown. We give up a 6-point swing. It could be 12-17, or maybe we get a 2-point conversion and make it 14-17, make it an interesting game late, and we throw an interception in the end zone. Little things like that. Last year against Center Grove in the first half, I think was probably the worst special teams first half I've ever seen us have. We had a horrible, we set Center Grove up off of a horrible kickoff return that gave them the ball in the red zone. They ended up getting 3 points. Another punt return that they ended up having gives them it sets them up with a touchdown. Another punt return actually goes to the house. Okay, we miss a PAT to end the first half as well, or was it PAT or 2-point conversion? Either way, we did not execute in the last game against Center Grove and tonight against Center Grove. And if you are going to be a top level team in Indiana, especially a top level team against a team like Center Grove, you have to eliminate your mistakes and play sound quality football. And for the most part, we did not do that. Now, like I said, we have some great pieces, and this is week 1. This ain't week 9. We're not heading into the playoffs. And look, we have a lot of great things going for us. Offensively, we will be better. The one thing I think I like with Coach Whitaker, and from me knowing him from years past and seeing what he's done, what he did previously over at Brownsburg with Coach Hart and his staff, we aren't going to let one game like this that doesn't go our way dictate how we coach, dictate how we do things, dictate how we're going to get our players better. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to this, seeing what comes up. Next week we go to Warsaw, and I look forward to seeing what we can do up there. Warsaw is, I think they're 5A, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that is. And then 2 weeks after that, we got North Central. All right, so let's see how we can do and progress and get better from week to week. All right. I cannot stress enough. This is not a time to panic. We will be okay. All right. So, hey, folks, I appreciate you turning into this live. I want to keep it short. Definitely want to keep it short. So, I'm your host, Corey Kidd Smith, True Warrior Football. We just went live for the very first time. Post-game video. Stay tuned for more. All right. Take it easy, everybody. There's the wife.